Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do a review on this new Star Wars Commander game. This app right here that just launched a few days ago on the Apple iOS platform, and I believe it was supposed to launch on the Android platform, but there's been reports that it's not showing up on the Google Play Store. So I don't know. Keep checking, and it should be there soon. This is out for Apple iOS and Android Google Play. So if you look at the game from a distance, you're going to think, oh, Clash of Clans. And you'd be spot on. This is a Clash of Clans clone. Unfortunately, it does a lot of things wrong. Clash of Clans has a great player versus player system where the first few levels of the game, say probably up to Town Hall 7, the game is fairly enjoyable. The wait times aren't that long. The build times aren't that bad. In this game here, you can see the same setup. You have your attack down here, which they mark it as play, your shop, your squad, which is like your clan. So you join a squad, you work together. You have a squad building over here, squad center. You request troops. You can do that once every hour. You have buildings. You have a big unit building, and then you have a troop building. You have your unit transportation in this game, where your units go and you take them off the battle. So the downside that this game has, the unit times are very, very quick. So you'll notice that they take around 20 to 40 seconds to build. Very, very good. Great addition there. It's not as long as Clash of Clans to build like a witch or a golem or things like that. Granted, we are still in the early stages. We are at level 3 in our headquarters, which would be equivalent to Town Hall 3 in Clash of Clans, possibly. But there's not that much depth to the game. You'll notice that the towers, there is only 4 different towers, and it looks like max headquarters is around level 5. So we're already like halfway through the game at headquarters level, at level 3. And then for buildings, for units, they have up to factory level 7. So not that many units, a good chunk for now. And then for mobile units, you have up to level 7 again. And this is kind of cool right here. This is a campaign reward required. So this unit you can only get by finishing the campaign, which is a really cool feature to make you go through the campaign. Unfortunately, where it falls flat, though, is in the player versus player matchup system and the loots available. So, you find a match, you have around 40 to 48 units you can deploy per battle, and each of those units cost at least 50 gold to make. At least. So, over here, my stormtroopers are costing 70 gold to make, so I have 11 of them. That is 770. These guys cost like 200, 250, so that's like 750. And then these guys over here cost 700 as well. So your unit cost is already massive. Most of the time when you attack someone, you're going to lose gold on the raid. This is actually a really, really good base here. We found a huge base on our first go, and it's actually easily to attack. So we're going to bring out our massive tank units. And you want to get your units up as fast as possible, because those guys right there are turret destroyers. They go after turrets. They don't go after anything else. So those things are very, very good. They take out the defenses. Whereas your stormtroopers, they are just their little grunt units. They have range. They shoot. But they don't last very long against the turret. You'll see my little stormtroopers down here are going to be all dying, and they're pretty stupid. These guys are attacking this over here. They attack the closest target that they can see. You do need them because they have high DPS, and otherwise you're not going to be able to beat the entire base. Even here, we probably won't be able to beat the entire base because they only give you 2 minutes to attack, which is another big negative aspect of the game. Clash of Clans at least gives you 3 minutes to raid, and even then 3 minutes isn't enough with the computer generated AI. So we're going to come really, really close in this battle. We've taken down most of the turrets, which is good. We still have some stormtroopers left. I'll actually go ahead and turn on the music here because that is actually one of the big features of the game. The sound effects and the music are really, really good. Very Star Wars-esque. So if you're looking for a Star Wars game, this is true to that. This is definitely a Star Wars game. And they just take the Clash of Clans style and implement the Star Wars universe in the Clash of Clans gameplay, which is cool. So if you love Clash of Clans and you love Star Wars, you're going to absolutely love this game. If you're not a huge fan of Clash of Clans, but you like Star Wars, you might like this game. They do have a story mode or a campaign mode. If you don't like Clash of Clans at all, I'd stay away from this game. This game is not going to be for you. And if you like Clash of Clans but you don't like Star Wars, I'd still say stay away from this game because the loot in this system is very, very bad. Most likely you're going to lose gold every time you attack, which isn't fun. So you're going to be sitting around for your collectors to actually be collecting gold and generating gold to actually do anything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You do always want to actually build more units as you're fighting. So you'll notice the gold cost here, like I was saying. So these guys are 70. These guys are 280. Build a couple more of the stormtroopers. So you always want to get your construction yard here up to level 3 and unlock the big tank, because this tank is extremely powerful. It costs 10 unit spaces, so you can't use that many, but it has a lot of life, and it also does a good amount of damage, and it specifically targets the turrets, which is what you want. It is a long training time unit, 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but you only need 1 or 2 per battle. You don't need a lot more. You always do want to have them queued up, so you have some ready to go for your next battle. So your collectors are your main source of income, not the PvP battles which you would expect. So we'll go ahead and try and take a look at another one, and you'll probably see what I'm talking about. Most likely you're spending anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 in gold per fight to make your units. So here, we're definitely not going to make any money on this base. It's only giving us 1,000 gold, and every time we go to the next battle, we're wasting 100 gold. So even in the very, very beginning of the game, when you just have the stormtroopers at level 1, they all cost 50 gold to make. So a bare 40 stormtrooper army costs 2,000 gold to make, and that's with no other troops, nothing else. So you need at least, bare minimum, 2,000 gold to actually make a profit. And most likely you're not going to find a base that is over 2,000 gold. We'll take a look here a few times and see. Here's one that's barely over 2,000 gold, but you could definitely not defeat this base with just a 40 stormtrooper army. So you're not going to be able to steal enough gold to make this worthwhile. So the loot system in this game is the big negative feature of it. You can't get loot by actually player versus player, actually raiding opponents. It's next to impossible to actually earn gold that way. And gold is used for almost every single unit, building, and structure in the game. So gold is the most in-demand currency. The iron ore is used for your walls and for your headquarters, and then a few buildings, but not many. So the iron ore is not really that necessary. The gold is the most crucial and vital resource in the game. So another big feature is that once your 30-second timer runs out, you actually go right into the battle, and even though I haven't deployed any troops, I'm actually going to lose this battle and lose some trophies, and you can see I lost a lot of medals. So now it's going to drop me down in the leaderboard. And I didn't even try to attack them at all. So I just actually forgot to kind of go on to the next battle. My 30-second prep time ends up. So that has a huge negative effect as well, because sometimes you're scouting and you're like, maybe, and you debate. And 30 seconds isn't that long of a time to scout and to plan your attack. So those are the huge negatives on the game. The positives that it has, again, are the music, the sound effects. Then it also has a really cool, story mode over here. And this is where you actually play the game right now. You really don't PvP in this game right now. It's not about PvPing because you're not going to make money. You're not going to make gold out of that. You're going to lose money there. But these story campaign missions that they have, and there are several chapters, we are on chapter 5, they actually give you a good amount of resources. And so this is the bonus resources for completing this mission. Every one of these missions had some bonus reward, and it's always fairly high. So by doing these, you actually will earn money. And so this mission right here is just to defend your base. So now it says protect your headquarters, and you can pan out and you can see that the attack has started. And you can see all these little units are coming to raid your base. And the downside is they don't really attack the outer structures. Most likely they go after your turrets. So they do have a few guys that are either going after the looters or the turrets. Or, I mean, yeah, they're either going after the closest building or they're going after the loot. But you can see all the guys that actually tried to attack the turrets and try and attack the core base, they fell through to this big death trap. So this is an optimal strategy here for a base design, is you want to guard your towers, put some walls around them, level the walls up a little bit, and then allow the towers to knock the guys off.
Hey, partner.
So there is a story to this as well. So you're also going to be, you're a hired gun, a hired mercenary. You pick either the Jedi side or the Rebel side, and you go through the story mode depending on which side you picked. So you can see we get a 3-star victory because they only attacked several buildings, got like 20%, which is nothing. The cool little animation is good too because your troops, your ships come back like they've been off to war. Unfortunately, all the troops that you use in battle are gone, so you don't get those troops back, even if they don't die in battle. So you'll notice we have a reward here to collect, so we can collect that reward. And now it unlocks the next chapter of the story mode. And so this one is, turrets are critical for base defense. You can build 2 per headquarters, have at least 6 in your base to complete the mission. So it wants you to build your base up. So this is pretty much the basic tutorial also of telling you, okay, build up your turrets and we'll give you some extra free loot. So I have 6 turrets, as you can see right there. And then he's going to be like, alright, great, we did that. So the story tutorial is a very, very nice feature. It doesn't feel as tutorial-ish, and you get a lot of loot out of there. But unfortunately, the PvP doesn't give you loot. So you can see they already give us the reward there. And now they're saying build more walls. And again, so we can generate a lot of extra loot this way.
Howdy.
Unfortunately, this is pretty much the only way to generate loot. So once we keep moving forward in the game, and we do all these, we're not going to really be able to get much loot unless the loot gets dramatically better as we go further in the game. But we are going to be fighting stronger opponents. So that is the big negative to the game. It just came out a few days ago, and it's also crashing a lot. There are a lot of server problems and server disconnects. So that is very common with app games that just came out, especially massive multiplayer games like this. But they do need to work on their servers. So overall, this game is probably 5 out of 10 right now. Hopefully in the future they actually increase the loot and make it more player versus player centric. They are going to be adding a more dedicated campaign. As you can see, it says campaign mode coming soon. Because right now, currently, all you have is a little story mode that is sort of like a tutorial. But this is a cool Star Wars game, probably one of the better Star Wars games that have come out in the last few years, and it is also free to play, which is a great feature. If you do want to get some more gems free in game, you can go over to the treasure, and these are how you purchase gems. But if you scroll all the way over to the right, there's a way to actually earn free gems, and this will take you through the tap choice system, where you can watch advertisements or check out a local shopping ad from like Ralph's or Albertsons, or watch a video or share an opinion, things like that, and you'll get free gems for doing. As you can see, the game crashed, and that was something I was telling you about earlier, is that the game has a lot of crashing issues. So hopefully you guys found that informative. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. I will get you some more gameplay out of the Star Wars Commander, because it is a fairly cool game, and I want to see what the future of the game will bring, because I do believe there will be huge things in the future, since this is a Star Wars game mixed with Clash of Clans. You have two huge entities that are joining forces, and this is going to be a very popular app and have millions and millions of users, just like Clash of Clans.